Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Select Shandong Cloud Roadshow for International Economic and Trade Cooperation. At present, China is accelerating the construction of a dual circulation development pattern in which domestic economic cycle plays a leading role while international economic cycle remains its extension and supplement. In order to give full play to the new development pattern and further the cooperation in the new generation of information technology, high-end equipment, intelligent manufacturing areas, the Select Shandong Cloud Platform has already organized a series of international economic and trade cooperation cloud roadshows themed with the business cooperation with countries like Germany, Sweden, and Austria. And today, here comes the new session of Cloud Roadshow themed with the business cooperation with Israel. It is hosted by Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency, organized by Shandong Internet Media Group and Foreign Organizations China Office Center, co-organized by Jinan Ministry Economic and Technological Development Zone, National Linyi Economic and Technological Development Area, Weifang Economic and Technical Cooperation Center, Penglai Economic Development Zone, and Zichuan Economic Development Zone. Today's program will be broadcast live across the world on dzwww.com and Haibao News app. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to introduce the guests who are joining us today. First, let's welcome guests from Israel. They are Ms. Yamar, President of China and Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Liren Nerman, General Manager, Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Tal Bakish, Founder and CEO of Vocalzoom Israel, Mr. Paul Brakovic, CCO of Raven Israel, Mr. Ohad Oman, Head of Product Marketing of Cortigo Israel, Mr. Yao Marianka, Founder and CEO of Yamar Israel, and Mr. Iran Prial, VP Engineering of Yamar Israel. And our guests from Shandong side, they are Mr. Jin Xiaofeng, Director of Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency, Mr. Li Huabing, Director of Foreign Organizations China Office Center, Mr. Xu Xiaolin, Head of Investment and Promotion Division of Jinan Ministry Economic and Technological Development Zone, Mrs. Gu Zhaoping, Senior Director of Management Committee of National Linyi Economic and Technological Development Area, Director of Investment Promotion Bureau, Mr. Li Shulin, Level 2 Consultant, Weifang Bureau of Commerce, Mr. Tan Lei, Deputy Director of Management Committee of Zichuan Economic Development Zone, Mr. Guo Changbao, Chairman of Shandong Linbao Electric Company, Mr. Song Tao, Deputy General Manager of Norinco Group, Shandong Pengxiang Automobile Company. Welcome you all. So ladies and gentlemen, our first speaker is Mr. Jin Xiaofeng, Director of Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency. Welcome, Mr. Jin.
尊敬的马一良先生、李文总经理、李化斌主任。
It is a great pleasure to attend this meeting virtually. Firstly, on behalf of the Shandong's International Investment Promotion Center, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you and also to extend gratitude to the organizers today. Israel has always been known as the innovation country, famous for its scientific and technological innovation. and R&D capabilities, high-level education and science and technology, and high-quality environment for innovation and entrepreneurship. In the forefront of the world of modern agriculture, water education, information technology, life science, medicine, innovation, and entrepreneurship, and many other high-tech fields with scientific and technological innovation accounting for 65% of Israel's export. China and Israel are important partners in economic and trade cooperation. Although after the affection of the COVID-19 and last year, the bilateral import and export trade volume between China and Israel still reached $17.54 billion. And the trade volume between Shandong and Israel reached $1.16 billion, an increase of 4.3% over the same period of last year. Shandong has always attached great importance to developing cooperation with Israel, and the two sides have extensive cooperation in agriculture, science and technology, medicine, intelligence manufacturing, and other fields, especially in the fields of intelligent manufacturing, and Shandong and Israel to have a good basis of cooperation. And to this end, the Shandong International Investment Promotion Center and the Shandong Overseas Institute of Joint Office Center jointly create this event with the main purpose of economic and trade exchange. And this event was conducted offline and online, bringing together more than 40 people from the Israel Business Association, its leading intelligent manufacturing enterprises and key parks in Shandong provinces. And we have in-depth discussion and business talking on cooperation in the fields of man-machine communication, machine learning, predictive analysis, industrial automation, and semiconductors. It is hoped that through this activity, the interaction and communication between the two sides will be further strengthened, and the extensive cooperation between Shandong and Israel in the field of intelligence manufacturing and other fields. And finally, I sincerely wish special event in Israel and a complete success, and also
thank you so much, Mr. Jin.
Life and work.
Indeed, Shandong is an ideal place for foreign investors. And next, please join me in welcoming Mr. Yamar, President of China and Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce, to talk about China-Israel bilateral trade and investment and future cooperation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jin, honorable participants from both China and Israel. It's a great pleasure for me and for members of the Chamber of Israel, China, and Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce to take part in this first Israel-China event that is organized in cooperation with FOCO. We think this is an important opportunity for us to meet each other and to learn more about each other. It is always right, but it is especially right in the period that we are going through today during the COVID-19. It used to be that we could travel freely and meet each other and spend those kind of events together with meetings and dinners and opportunities to create relationship between us. Unfortunately, this is not possible in these days, and therefore the virtual events is what we have to replace them, and we take what we can. Now, we really believe this is an important opportunity for us because of the fact that Israel and China has a lot of potential for cooperation when we talk about advanced manufacturing. China, and that is public knowledge, is the leading manufacturing center of the world. And today, it's the leading manufacturing center on all levels of technology, from the simplest product in the world to the most sophisticated technology-oriented product in the world. China is the home for semiconductors and electronics and vehicles and everything that is at the top of the level of technology in the world. Israel is coming from a totally different place. With a 9 million people population, the industry in Israel is quite limited. But what is not limited in Israel is our ability to create new technology, to find new solutions, to innovate. Because we are limited in our ability to create large industry, we are more active and more successful in creating solutions and technology. And this is exactly what Industry 4.0 or advanced manufacturing is all about. Finding those solutions, finding those technologies, those ideas that will take the industry to the next level, that will enable us to take an existing factory and make it better, in taking a new factory and build it better than the one we did before. This is the capabilities that Israel brings to the table. And I think with a small country like Israel, but a strong hub for technology, and the great country of China and the ability that China has on both industry and technology, we can create a great match. We have here today with us Israeli companies that bring the best of the technology and advanced manufacturing in Israel. Each one of those companies I know personally for quite a few years. And therefore I know that there is a potential for them to create value in China. Most of them are already active in China one way or the other and are here because they believe in the Chinese market. They believe in cooperation with the Chinese companies. So I hope today will be beneficial for everyone. And we have to remember that today is just the first step. It's an opportunity to introduce each other, to learn a little bit more about each other, but there's a long way to make afterwards. And hopefully that with the success that China had in the past few years in fighting COVID and the success we had in Israel, soon we will be able to also move between our countries, visit each other, and take this to the next level. So all I wish for you today is big success. It will be an interesting day, fruitful day, and a first step for a very long, long future for all of us. Thank you.
So much, Mr. Yamar, for sharing with us. Actually, Shandong and Israel can do a lot together in trade and investment, and we look forward to an even strong partnership. And next, let's move on to the next stage, the Roadshow of Israel Enterprises. And first, let's welcome Mr. Tal Bakish, founder and CEO of Vocalzoom. Mr. Bakish, the floor is yours.
Thank you. My name is Tal Bakish. I'm founder and CEO of Vocalzoom. I come from engineering background. I also act as private investor and founder in other companies. Some of them were very successful during the last few years. And now I'm full-time CEO in Vocalzoom, which is a young technology company focused on the Industry 4. Vocalzoom is a company who develops sensors, smart sensors for Industry 4. Our primary product is the autonomous sensor. This product is focused on guarantee of the availability, quality, and performance of the production line in factories. What we see today in the market is that there's a big transition from the traditional industrial sensors that were until today part of the machine, part of the manufacturing line, to a new generation of sensors, which we call smart sensors. And these sensors are used in order to collect large amounts of data from the factory and use this data to provide operational and technical insights how to improve the efficiency in the factory. The new generation of sensors is focused on more features, becoming more cost efficient, so you can put them in very large numbers in the factory. And their main task is to collect data. One of the key challenges today in Industry 4, one of the key challenges for factories today, is that the cost of deployment of sensors is very high. Furthermore, most factories lack the expertise of technology. Most of them are focused on manufacturing and production, and they don't have the trained experts to deploy new technologies into the factory. Another challenge for the factories is the IT infrastructure, which was built for the production purpose, but was not built for digitalization and large amounts of sensors in the factories. And these are exactly the things that smart sensors are supposed to be the solution for. Vocalzoom primary product is what we call the autonomous sensor. This sensor is very easy to install. You can install it quickly in the factory. It can work on many different types of use cases, and it could work on any surface. And it's very easy to install and forget, meaning that the sensor is self-diagnosed, and it can work without the intervention and without the help of technicians. The autonomous sensor, you can think of it as a very smart end unit, like the smartphone of Industry 4. And it comes together with some management platform, management service that you can use on the cloud to manage very large number of sensors in the factory. But the main thing to remember is that this end unit is very smart and very easy to use in the factory. The autonomous sensor has two main features. The first one, it's non-contact. Vocalzoom is using its proprietary laser technology. This laser technology can be used to measure many different types of measurements like vibration, shape, distance, thickness of materials, and all other kinds of applications. It's non-contact, meaning that it doesn't touch the machinery. So it's very easy to install, even on hot surfaces, complex environments, very small elements or things that are moving. The second part of the autonomous sensor is that it's very smart. Unlike other sensors, the autonomous sensor can analyze the data by himself, and therefore you can run applications on the sensor very similar to what you're doing with the smartphone. When you run applications on the sensor can provide immediate alert to the machine in the factory about degradation of performance or degradation in quality. And it can also run a very large number of applications to adapt to different use cases. Like I said, the main goal of the autonomous sensor is to guarantee the performance and the quality of the product. And when we put these sensors in the factory very easily, we can alert to the factory that there's a degradation in performance that require technicians' attention. We operate today in South America, in Europe, in China, and also in South Korea. We have one large partner that we work with in China called QST Corporation, and we are now establishing our first joint venture in China in order to be able to manufacture the sensors in lower cost, distribute the products in China, and also give better support to the customers in China. We have a large group of customers that we work with today in order to provide solutions for their factories. We work with the semiconductor companies like Intel and Tower, in the food and beverage companies like PepsiCo, and also in other areas like the automotive, the steel factory, and also some applications in the packaging industry. Few examples of the things we are doing. This is an example of a pilot project, very large one we have in Intel. Intel is a very large semiconductor company. They have thousands of pumps in their factories. And one of the key challenges is how to install so many sensors in the factory without complexity. In Intel, we're monitoring the vibration of those vacuum pumps, and this way we can help Intel save millions of dollars every year on maintenance cost and also on prevention of downtime. Another example is in the packaging industry. There are many machines in the packaging industry that have a certain level of performance degradation, a lot of scrap, raw material that is thrown to the garbage because of inefficiency of the machines. And we help those factories upgrade their machine. This way, some factories benefit up to $1 million per year for a single application, just by saving scrap and avoiding low performance of the machine. We have work in food and beverage. One of our primary customers is PepsiCo. There's a very large number of applications in the food and beverage, going from health monitoring of the machine and also machine upgrade to improve the performance. With PepsiCo, we have one project on the packaging machines in the factory, which saved PepsiCo up to $40 million a year of bad products that are generated today by the machines. And this is only by using a very low-cost solution of the autonomous sensors. This is another example of a steel factory in South Korea. We have also steel factory in Brazil we work with. Again, we are using the precise measurement of the laser technology to analyze the quality of the product and guarantee that the product is manufactured according to the plan. Again, we're saving the customer the cost of deploying very expensive sensors by using a very low-cost sensor, the autonomous sensor, with some applications installed on it to optimize the performance. And we have also applications in the mining, for example, covering conveyor belts and other types of equipment. So that's Vocalzoom. Like, just to summarize, this is a very easy to deploy technology. It's very smart, and it provides you real-time performance and applications that you can fit to different use cases. And we look forward to work with any of the companies that are in the audience. Thank you very much.
And thank you for your introduction, Mr. Bakish. Vocalzoom is a leading company in the IIoT industry. We hope that we can promote more good projects, both from Vocalzoom and Shandong Enterprises. And next, please welcome Mr. Paul Berkovic, CCO of Raven. Welcome, Mr. Berkovic.
Hello, and thank you very much for the introduction. My name is Paul Berkovic. I'm a co-founder and the Chief Commercial Officer for Raven IoT. Raven is an industrial IoT software company. We've created a very unique, flexible solution builder for deploying real-time data solutions in the industrial spaces, including manufacturing, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, and other use cases. Raven is a software company. We don't make or sell any hardware or communications equipment or sensors. We're focused on the collection of data and the use of that data to find efficiencies and benefits for our customers. The reason we created Raven is because there's a huge wave of change, digital disruption and transformation coming through the industrial world. Because of trends like big data, artificial intelligence, and more recently IoT, it's created an enormous opportunity for industrial companies to do things in a smarter, more productive way. We know that industrial companies and manufacturing in particular is full of old technology and old equipment, and there's a big opportunity to improve efficiencies and the way these businesses operate. The big problem in this space that we're addressing is really cost and complexity. There are many software companies that claim to be able to produce these sorts of solutions, but the reality is they're very expensive, very complex, and they take a very, very long time to deliver. The reason is industrial companies have many different types of assets and technologies in their environments. They have data sitting in many different systems. They have assets from many different vendors, and collecting and collating and combining this data tends to be a very difficult challenge for them. On top of that, there are many different business problems that can be solved using IoT and real-time data. You might be trying to reduce unplanned downtime. You might be trying to increase your efficiency of energy use. You might be trying to deploy your labor more efficiently. There are many different problems you can solve using this kind of technology, which adds to the complexity of developing these kind of solutions. The question then becomes, how do we deploy a solution like this in a fast, effective, and scalable way, and also in a cost-effective way? And that's where Raven comes in. Raven is a hyper-flexible, all-in-one AI and IoT solution delivery platform for any industrial business. Using Raven, you can deploy any real-time data use case. The idea behind Raven is that it has all of the capabilities you need from a software perspective to deliver on these sorts of solutions. Raven is built on extremely scalable and secure infrastructure, and we've created a very, very flexible architecture that allows us to do a lot of different things quickly and affordably. Raven is a toolkit. It's built for the rapid creation and deployment of powerful real-time data solutions. The capabilities that Raven includes has data integration and ingestion, which allows us to very easily bring in data from many different types of assets and systems. It could be real-time sensors and instrumentation like energy meters or water flow meters or temperature sensors or vibration sensors. It could be directly in a control system for a machine. It could be from a PLC or a SCADA solution. And it can be from any industrial software like an MES or ERP system. We can pull in data from anywhere. On top of that, we have a data transformation toolkit. It's great to be able to bring in your data and centralize it, but you need to be able to manipulate and use that data for valuable purposes. So we have a drag and drop interface that allows us and others to create highly sophisticated data models and business logic to use the data, calculate the data, aggregate the data, and display the data in a very effective way. We have a very powerful and flexible machine learning toolkit that allows us to create predictive algorithms for predictive maintenance, for anomaly detection, for forecasting, production forecasting, and downtime forecasting. There are very many ways you can use the machine learning capability to deploy predictive analytics. We have front-end interfaces that are easily configured using a drag and drop capability for configuring specific solutions for each use case and user group. We can push data back out of the product so that you can implement control and automation very quickly and easily. We can trigger real-time alerts and notifications based on threshold detection, downtime detection, or any kind of logic that you want. And we also have a very sophisticated reporting capability. If you want to pre-schedule a report based on email or PDF, it can automatically be sent to any number of people that need to see the data. We can also trigger reports based on logic. If a downtime event happens, for example, that could be triggering a report that includes, for example, the last 1 hour or 24 hours of data very easily. Here are some interface examples. We are able to cater for any industrial Industry 4.0 use case. It's a drag and drop environment. We have many visual widgets available in the platform, which we can use to configure on the screen. We can resize and reposition these widgets so that we can display the data in any way that's needed for each of these different use cases. We've done a lot of work in manufacturing, and we have manufacturing OEE and productivity solutions, but we have other examples as well. Because of the flexibility of the interfaces, not only can we configure specific purpose-built solutions for a particular use case, we can also deliver purpose-built interfaces for specific user groups. Once you have the data flowing in and you're processing and calculating the data, it should be very fast and easy to create different interfaces and windows into your real-time data so that you've got the key metrics in front of the right person at the right time. Raven at the back end has a super flexible toolkit. We have 3 key areas to the product. The workspace, which is where you go to configure a solution. Here, you determine what assets and systems and devices are sending data to the platform. How do we group that data? How do we group those assets? Which users have access to the solution? What dashboards are available? What data is displaying on those dashboards? Secondly, the most important area is the workflow builder. This is where we configure customized logic, rules, aggregations, calculations, and data transformation to make sure that when we're getting data in from all of these different sources, we're doing clever things with that data. We can combine the data. We can detect thresholds. We can trigger notifications. It's an extremely flexible environment that allows us to configure solutions that are very powerful, very quickly, and cost effectively. And thirdly, we have a sophisticated machine learning workbench. It allows us to very rapidly train new predictive models. It's Python based, so we can train any predictive algorithm. We use this for predictive maintenance, anomaly detection, and forecasting. But it's very, very flexible so that you get an algorithm that's trained and tailored specifically for your use case. Some examples of the work that Raven has done in manufacturing. This is an example in a cheese packaging facility where we connected to check weighers and PLCs to pull in real-time data from the production floor. The data went via a gateway, a 3G gateway, to our cloud-based system where we processed the data, calculated the data, and displayed the data in real time, online, on a browser, on a desktop, and also on a mobile interface. The CEO of the manufacturing company used this to track and see if the production lines were running optimally and at full capacity. In this solution, we managed to help them calculate the quantity of giveaway, the amount of extra product they put in their packages. Over the period of a day, it turned out to be near 130 kilograms of extra cheese they put in their packages in very small increments because they were producing 15,000 units per day. But this added up to over $200,000 worth of additional product and wastage per production line. And they have 8 production lines in one facility and 5 facilities. So it's millions of dollars of wastage that we helped them identify. We've done work in textile and material manufacturing. They were very focused on the consumption of energy because they have gas boilers and a huge electrical bill for the machines that they're running 24/7. We managed to identify which machines were consuming the most energy and during what times of the day. We found that they were running their boilers and their machines at times when they weren't producing goods. So we managed to identify quick wins and easy ways for them to reduce their energy consumption. In this solution, we did something a bit unique. We're not only looking at time series real-time data, but we're also looking at batch production data. Raven has the unique capability of being able to work with time series data like many real-time platforms, but also batch data and dense payload data like vibration data and so on. Here's an example in a plastics recycling facility. In this case, once again, they were consuming enormous amounts of energy because they need to shred the plastic, melt it down, and then package it in 1-ton sacks, which they sell to their customers for reuse. We helped them create a new metric by which they measured efficiency. The metric was energy consumed per kilogram of product produced. They never had this capability before, and they managed to also put their production efficiency on a screen in the factory floor so that their different shift operators could see who was operating most efficiently, and they could learn from the best practice techniques of the other shift operators. And the final example is in a dairy manufacturing facility. These guys are producing 40,000 bottles of milk per day. We integrated with their Schneider Cytec SCADA system, which allowed us to collect real-time data at 1-minute intervals and calculate and produce new metrics for them to understand their own production efficiency. In this solution, we also implemented automated downtime detection, so we could help them identify when the machines were offline and the reasons why those machines were offline, so that they can look at the analytics and improve the efficiency of their facility. So once again, I'm Paul, I'm from Raven, and we look forward to talking to you about the ways we can help you improve the efficiency in your facilities using real-time and Industry 4.0 technology. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Bukovic. From your speech, we get to know that Raven is a codeless AI and IoT platform designed for deploying commercial and industrial IoT, machine learning, and predictive analysis solutions. We hope that more Shandong companies can establish cooperative relations with your company. And now I would like to welcome Mr. Ohad Oman, Head of Product Marketing of Cortigo. Mr. Oman, please go ahead.
Hi everybody, my name is Ohad. I'm the Head of Product Marketing at Cortigo. Cortigo is a company operating out of Netanya in Israel, focusing on wireless connectivity for the industrial space. If you look at this space for connectivity in the factories, you got the IT. The IT is the normal Ethernet infrastructure that you have in the factory. And over there, there's a very, very clear solution for connectivity, which is the Ethernet. Everybody's using it, cabled Ethernet. But when it comes to wireless connectivity, for the wired connectivity for the machines, for the OT, for the operation technology, there's a variety of solutions. Actually, it's a very dense market with many manufacturers giving their own type of technology and solution for connectivity, such as the Profinet, the EtherCAT, the Modbus, Ethernet IP, CC-Link. But when it comes to wireless, there are many challenges in the factories. And for the IT, it's easy. We're using Wi-Fi for connecting for the non-mission critical, time critical. Some Bluetooth, sometimes Zigbee is also entering this when it comes to industrial IoT. But when it comes to the OT level, there's no solution currently, or there hasn't been until now, because there are many challenges in connecting something in real time that has to be reliable enough. And what we're offering is the IO-Link Wireless. I will explain about this a little bit later, but IO-Link Wireless is a technology, it's a relatively new technology that offers very deterministic connectivity for the design specifically for the harsh environments of the factory floor. It has very low latency, very high reliability, and it's scalable to fit for the entire industrial floor. And Cortigo is one of the earliest adopters of this technology, actually one of the founding members of this spec, and we offer a full solution for this. Now, if you look at why do you even need wireless communication in the factory for machines, I'm not talking about connecting laptops or IT level devices, but for the machines, for the actual sensors and devices, sensors and actuators for the actual devices. Well, the obvious solution is that cables are limiting. Cables don't let you have enough flexibility and agility. You want to add on new devices. Sometimes you want to move machines. Some cables are very complex, like in drag machines, there's a wear and tear where cabling can get damaged. And all of these are very appealing environments for replacing cables with wireless. But there's another category where cabling simply isn't possible. When it comes to devices that are on the move or devices that are rotating, it's almost impossible it's virtually impossible to connect any cable. So let's say that you have a system that is running on the head of the CNC machine. The head of the CNC is rotating at thousands of RPMs, rotations per minute. And obviously you cannot put any cable connecting to the actual rotating part. You can have sensors and actuators in other parts of the system, but not there. And for all these solutions, we have the IoT wireless technology. I'll give you a second to read the Chinese. Okay, so IO-Link Wireless is a standard. It's a global standard. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with the IO-Link, which is the way to normalize and digitize connectivity to sensors and to actuators in the factory. IO-Link Wireless is an extension of this technology, and it is a wireless technology designed for factory automation. It's universal, which means it's vendor agnostic because it's a standard. It has a very deterministic 5 millisecond latency, which is virtually no latency at all. It is very reliable. When I say it's reliable, what I mean is it's 1 million, and I don't mean it as a figure of speech. It's literally 10 to the minus 6 better than the existing wireless technologies. So when, like such as Wi-Fi or BLE or Zigbee, we offer 10 to the minus 9 packet error rate ratio, which is just as good as cable. It's scalable, so you can have hundreds of devices, of wireless devices, on every machine or in every area of the factory, even more. And it's deterministic, which means that we guarantee that the packet arrives in a very, very specific time and very specific delay. So where do you use it in the factory? There are many areas where it's usable. The first one is in sterile environments. Sterile environments is where cables are a big obstacle because everything that is a sterile environment, food and drugs or hazardous materials, has to be cleaned constantly. When you have less components, less cables, less connectivity, it's much easier to maintain. And also it's currently being deployed, for example, on robots that are cleaning tanks in the hazardous environment areas where, again, cables is typically not possible because they're on the move and they're constantly moving. You cannot connect a cable to them, long enough cable. Retrofit and condition monitoring, meaning that, let's say you have already a machine, you want to add on additional sensors. Now, with the amount of sensors that are already there and the amount of cabling that is already there, it's almost impossible. It's way more than nice to have. And sometimes the production lines today need changing, constant changing and moving. So you want to move a machine elsewhere. Now you have to take care of all the cabling and sensors that are connected to it, connecting it to the PLC, etc. Robots and cobots, those arms that are constantly moving, when you want to add an end of arm device to a robot and a cobot, you have to do it externally. Now, the main thing about robots, robotic arms and cobots, is that they have to be flexible. Their motion is the most important thing about them. Now, when you add cables to them, then you get into a lot of troubles. First of all, it limits the motion. Second, and the flexibility. The second thing is that if you add cabling, then you are running into cable wear and tear because they're constantly moving. They're stretching the cable, they're wrapping it around, and you get a lot of malfunctions. Adding wireless devices, and we're already working and showcasing with a bunch of device manufacturers and robotic arm manufacturers and cobots, adds a lot of flexibility, much less cost of deployment, and makes them universal. So you can add, in one production line, you can add a pump, and the other one, you can add a gripper, and you can interchange between them with no real problems or times or delays or engineering efforts. Intelligent tooling, we just showcased along with Roam, which is the main OEM provider for these tools, we just showcased a smart gripper. The smart gripper sits on the end that is actually rotating and lets you measure the force of in which the material is being held. So it prevents manufacturing technicians' skills dependency. So you don't depend on the skill and how strong they think they should attach the material. So in this case, it lets you do during the assembly, during the connection of the materials. It lets you measure the actual strength. And then during production, it monitors, it keeps on monitoring how strong the material is being held. That gives you a lot of flexibility, a lot of data that you couldn't get from the machine before, because this was the black zone of the machine. You couldn't get any data from it. Rotary tables keep rotating. These are the carousels that keeps rotating in the factory. Until now, you couldn't put any sensors on them, or you were very limited in the amount of sensors that you could put on them because you were dependent on O-rings. Now, with wireless technology by Cortigo, with our Link Wireless, you can put multiple devices, you can get real time with low latency, and you stop the packet error reliability issue that you had with the O-rings. So on rotary tables and carousels. But the main place where it's currently being deployed, and we won a bunch of projects with Clustermans, for example, which is a machine builder building machines for AB InBev, biggest manufacturer of beverages in their packaging machines, is the transport tracks. The transport tracks is the independent devices, the shuttles that are going across what used to be in the past conveyor belt. Now you want to do parallel processing. You're no longer depending on each on the line of the conveyor belt. Now each device is independently moving, but the problem is, because it's independently moving, it's a magnetic device that can get wireless power, but couldn't get wireless connectivity until now. So let's say you're manufacturing ice cream and you want to measure the weight, the actual weight of the ice cream, and not just the time that the valve is being opened in real time. So you can stop it and you can adjust it. Now you can put a weight sensor on top of the moving platform, which you couldn't do before. So this, in a nutshell, is the solutions that we have in the factory. There are a lot more solutions and a lot more manufacturers that are already using our technology. As far as the solution that we're offering, you've got the IO-Link wireless devices connectivity. That's the part that you connect to the IO-Link. So if you have an IO-Link sensor, we offer the bridge, the Tigo bridge. The Tigo bridge connects directly to the output of the IO-Link, to the same connector as where you used to connect the cable. You don't have to do any engineering. It's an easy win, and it makes every cable into a wireless, any IO-Link cable that you had before. You can now connect the wireless device, the wireless Tigo bridge to it, and making it wireless. So this is something you can do directly on devices, on the actuator and sensors, but you can also connect it to a hub, by which case you can connect non-IO-Link sensors and devices to it, analog or digital. You have the Tigo Air SOM, which is being used by manufacturers to integrate. This is in the process of design of machines and sensors and actuators. You can actually integrate wireless technology directly into the device, not as an add-on. And on the other end, on the master side, you have the Tigo Master. The Tigo Master is what receives the wireless transmission and converts it into industrial Ethernet for the PLC. We have a bunch of protocols that we are supporting already, and also making it into an IoT protocol such as MQTT or OPC UA, where we can send it directly to the cloud or to our Tigo engine. Our Tigo engine is the setup environment and the monitoring environment that we're offering as a software on the software side that lets you configure the system, whether wireless, which devices, IODD, things like that, but also collect the data, add on automation, and a bunch of advanced functionality, and send data to the cloud for integration with other systems or with the dashboarding or big data collection. This is what we do. Feel free to contact us. later on if you need more information or if you have any other further questions.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ullman. We get to know a lot about Cortigo from your speech. We hope that through this Cloud Roadshow, Cortigo can develop more in-depth cooperation with local enterprises in Shandong. And next, please welcome Mr. Iran Priel, VP Engineering of Yamar. So, Mr. Iran, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Iran Priel, VP Engineering of Yamar Electronics. So what we do semiconductors that transfer data over power lines. We were founded in 1994, and we are a privately owned fabless company. We are experts in digital communication and semiconductors. Having more than 25 years of experience, we have developed our DC bus technology, which enables communication over noisy DC power lines. These semiconductors are already sold worldwide. So what is the actual problem? Yamar is aimed to solve one of the biggest problems in many applications: the wiring, the wires, the communication wires, the control wires, as they are heavy, expensive, bulky, unreliable, and of course adding to the overall pollution. The DC bus solution tackled this problem by using the existing power lines, not only for powering, but also for data transfer. This is done seamlessly by interfacing to an off-the-shelf protocols without adding any application layers whatsoever. Our unique semiconductors merge LIN protocol, CAN, UART, DMX for lighting, for example, over the power lines. We are able to operate on a wide range of battery lines voltage. It can be 6 volts or even 700 volts, as in electrical vehicle platform, for example. Moreover, we can have multiple network of communication on a single power line. Each one of the sub-network will work on a different carrier frequency, and they will all coexist together. They can work in a different protocol layer. We don't care. A new international standard based on Yamar's technology has been published, led by Yamar. It was joined with GM, Denso, and others for replacing the existing LIN bus wires in a vehicle platform in the automotive industry with the LIN over power line communication, which will replace those LIN wires using the vehicle battery lines, instead conveying the LIN data over the existing lines. So how we do it? At one side, we are interfacing a host. The host can be a CAN host, a UART host, a SPI host even. And on the other side, we are coupling to the power line, any power line whatsoever, using a small capacitor. As such, we don't care what is the voltage of the power line. Any data transmitted from the host side will be modulated over the power line using a small level sine wave in a certain frequency. This data will then broadcast to all connected devices over the power line, and the data will be output seamlessly. Obviously, when we are talking about the power line, it can be very noisy. our modulation will ride on the power line with the spikes of the noise. This noise can create an error zones. However, we specially designed our semiconductors for the automotive industry and others to be robust for this very noisy and harsh environment, by having also a built-in error correction code that will seamlessly fix any error zone whatsoever and transfer the data seamlessly to the outputs without any errors. Our product is built from two families, the SIG family and the DCB family. Both of them share the same idea, power line transceivers that seamlessly transfer any data from the host layer onto the power line, broadcasting to all connected nodes. The SIG family is interfacing a UART and LIN protocol up to 115 kilobit per second, where the DCB family can also interface SPI, I2C, CAN, DMX, and UART also, up to 1.4 megabit per second. Our business is essentially to sell our ICs around the world, along with tool for quick and efficient evaluation by our customers. We also do custom projects per customer any demand. The customer can decide to have an application which is based on Yamar technology, but without any capabilities to do the whole product. We do a whole product also. And of course, we are always working hard on the next generation technologies. Until now, we have customers over 50 countries worldwide. 45% of them are in Europe, 21% in China and Asia, 28 are in the States. 40% of them are in the automotive industry. It can be a vehicle platform, electrical vehicle platform, buses, and so on. We have also in industrial, energy, LED lighting sector, aerospace, such as Boeing, medical, and government. Our technological roadmap, until now, we have released in 2020 a new sets of the SIG and DCB families semiconductors. And we are working on the next generation ICs, which will be with higher speed and advanced protocol interfacing within the next few years. These are part of our customers in the automotive, aerospace, industrial, and more. Our DC bus solution can be implemented and used in endless applications. It can be in a sensor actuator networks, in a smart lighting control, LED lighting control, energy control, smart grids, appliances, in solar panel, battery monitoring system, and of course, in vehicle networks, where we can replace the CAN and LIN networks, and in a bus network, when we can control the internal lights of the passenger, the bus lights, stops, brakes, and so on. Thank you very much for listening. I am Eran.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your presentation, Mr. Eran. Yamar company is a leading company in the information technology industry in Israel. The products are in full production for many areas, such as automotive, aerospace, lighting, agriculture, machinery, the industrial customers across 51 countries. We wish that the information technology industry chain cooperation between Shandong Enterprises and Yamar Company can be promoted to a higher level. And next, let's warm welcome Mr. Li Huabing, Director of Foreign Organizations China Office Center. Please go ahead, Mr. Li.
Hello, everyone. My name is Li Huabing, the Director of Foreign Organization China Office Center. Dear Mr. Jin Xiaofeng, Director General of Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency. Dear Mr. Yamar, Chairman of Israel-China Chamber of Commerce. And dear Ms. Yamar, General Manager of Israel-Asia Chamber of Commerce. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And meanwhile, good afternoon. It's our great pleasure to co-organize this roadshow event today. I'm so glad to be with you and to share with you all together. Now, I would like to give a presentation of us. We are based in Jinan, the capital city of Shandong province, located in North China. We are not so far from Beijing. If you take a bullet train, it takes more than 2 hours. With over 20 years expertise in international cooperation program, we started our business in 1998. We work together with foreign organizations, including government commercial agencies, foreign chambers of commerce, and associations and businesses who strive to build up connection with China. We aim to assist foreign organizations and their business and membership enterprises to explore cooperation opportunities in China in various sectors, including investment, import and export, technology, finance, business services, and education and culture exchange. We are playing a role of platform for those who are planning to explore business opportunity more deeply and locally in Shandong, as well as in China. FOCOC is a unique co-working space for foreign organizations and foreign businesses to set up representative office or virtual office in China for the aims of establishment of business image and influence. Our mission is to help to introduce foreign organization resources into Shandong, into China, to integrate with local business together. Our slogan is, we work together to make your business easier in China. So we aim to connect the business all over the world with China and bring the business opportunity all together. So on the basis of this, we warmly welcome any partnership with foreign organizations from all over the world. We use our very strong resources to support the facilitating works to work together with the foreign organizations. Our network resources is very rich, and we have 4 areas. The first one is commerce, and the second one is technology, and the third one is education, and the fourth one is culture. These 4 areas are the main business we engaged in at the moment. We have network not only in Shandong province, but also across the country. We have very close contact with government level different government level, from municipal level city, from municipal city level and to the provincial government level. And also we have very strong connect with development zone, the high-tech development zone and the free zone as well. And also we have big data database of different enterprises in Shandong, enterprises as well as the manufacturers in different industrial sector. That would be much helpful and supportive for us to matchmake the business opportunity between Shandong and the foreign countries. Our organization is get support from not only commercial department and bureaus from city and the province, as well as a foreign affairs office, industry and information technology department and bureaus. So we have also a contact in the education area with colleges and university, especially in the vocational education college. And also we have museum and art gallery, theaters, performance association in the culture area. So you may ask what we do. The first one, we help our foreign organization to establish communication with Chinese government agencies at a different level, as I said just now. And we also help foreign organization to build up partnership with regional chambers of commerce throughout China. In Shandong province and as well in China, we have besides CCPIT, we have lots of chambers of commerce belong to different industrial sector, such as timbers, husbandry, and water reserve, and environment protection, and equipment, high-end equipment as well. So it's all our work to help to build up connection with this organization. And also we would like to help foreign business to establish collaboration with other organizations in China. There are lots of non-profit and non-government organizations runs everywhere in our province as well in China. And we focus on the transfer of information. Information is very important for the business. So we regularly update cooperation information, and especially to matchmake opportunity of investment, import, export, manufacture, technology transfer, finance, education and culture exchange. So we create an information hub in Jinan, connecting foreign business and the business in Shandong, as well as in China. Besides the providing of information service, we always would like to choose reliable and trustful partners to each other. And not only introduce and recommend, we also would like to follow up the deal to guarantee the deal will be the outcome, will be the successful result. And also, foreign business would be very interested in Chinese market. They always want to do a very effective promotion in Chinese market. So that's one of our mission, to assist promotion of products and business services in China. And vice versa, we also introduce and promotion Chinese production in foreign market as well. Business activity organizing is our top priority. We frequently organize cross-border forums, conferences, seminars, as well as expos and other business exchange activity like today. And as the most valuable function of our organization, FOCOC, we are keen to play a role of liaison office for foreign organization in China for the purpose of being deeply involved in China's market, to guarantee instant and effective communication, overcome culture and language barrier. And also we would like to provide policy consulting service and public relation advisory service. That means we can provide the latest policy advice for foreign business, how to land their business in China, how to carry out their business correctly in China, and also can obtain the local government support in China. So we are the way, we are the gateway, we are the access to the publication with China agencies. Here are the activities we have organized in the past several years. This is a trade fair, investment and trade fair between Shandong municipal city and the New South Wales state of Australia. This activity is sponsored by the New South Wales Chambers of Commerce. And this picture is activity happened in 2014. The governor of Shandong province, the former governor of Shandong province, Mr. Guo Shuqing, led a delegation to Silicon Valley in California, Los Angeles, to have a very resortful visiting trip in 2014. And also we are actively engaged in the expo and exhibition. This is an example of one of our exhibition activity we have engaged in 2015. This is a Confucius Culture Expo in US. We organized over 30 enterprises to attend the exhibition. And of course, this activity gets strong support from World Trade Center of Los Angeles. For the Confucius culture, I should add more words, because Shandong province is the hometown of Confucius. So Confucius culture is an icon of our province. And in 2016, we assist to organize the Shandong and the Connecticut Trade and Investment Promotion Seminar in the US. Connecticut is a sister relationship state with Shandong province. So this activity we co-organized with Connecticut state government as well as the Chinese Chamber of Commerce there. This delegation is led by the former Deputy Secretary of Shandong Province, Mr. Gong Zheng. Just now I mentioned we are deeply involved in the culture exchange as well. So this is during the 24th APEC Economic Leaders Summit, happens in 2016. We organized together with Shandong television station. We organized and facilitate over 100 performers to give a very great performance in Peru for the local artist. It's the opening ceremony. This is another example to Asian countries to attend Asian business activity. Is a large group composed of 100 enterprises from Dezhou City, led by the mayor, Mr. Chen Fei, in 2017. And we are also engaged in the training program. Training is very helpful for the technical exchange between the two sides. This is an example. In 2018, we organized Shandong Provincial Department of Human Resource and Social Security to have a training, customized training in Germany. We do official training, not only to Germany, but also to US, to Australia, to England, to France, lots of countries. Of course, our destination of training, including Israel as well. This is another logic industry delegation. Is co-organized by Kazakhstan Chamber of Commerce and Turkey Commerce together. Took place in 2018. I myself accompanied this delegation together and visited the three countries. So it's another some examples happened in Germany and as well and in Korea. There are all the activities we are involved and provide service to. So in the pandemic period, we organize online meetings as well. It's the Scottish company, Scottish Chamber of Commerce. They organize the online webinar for the business negotiation and matchmaking. And as well as Ohio State with Ohio and Columbus Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Jinan Foreign Affairs Office. And this one, the right one, is also a meeting with Scottish Chamber of Commerce. It's sponsored by Shandong Foreign Affairs Office together. And this one is the production from Israel. I help Federation of Israel Chamber of Commerce to promote their electronic and sensors in Chinese market. So this is the list of another examples. I won't take your time to introduce. So before I finish my presentation, I would like to say thank you to everybody for participating to this online meeting, and hope we could visit each other after the hard time of the pandemic. And I should say best wishes for your business and best wishes for our cooperation. Please kindly keep in mind you are always welcome to China, to Shandong, and remember, select Shandong and select FOCOC. Finally, I would also want to express my gratitude to the team from Shandong Internet Media Group, who gave very excellent technical support to this event. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Li. We believe that China and Israel can do a lot together in trade and investment under the promotion of Foreign Organizations China Office Center, and we look forward to an even stronger partnership. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the next part, connecting via the cloud. Well, after listening to the presentation of 4 Israeli enterprises, many directors from Shandong Economic Development Zones and local enterprises want to have further communication with them. And now let's warm welcome Mr. Xu Xiaoling, Head of Investment and Promotion Division of Jinan Minshui Economic and Technological Development Zone, Mr. Yao Mariaka, Founder and CEO of Yamar, and Mr. Paul Berkovic, CCO of Raven. Please go ahead, Mr. Xu.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. My name is Xu Xiaoling Head of Investment and Promotion Division of the Jinan Economic and Technological Development Zone. It is located in Shandong province, started in 1999. After the State Council, it was updated to national level. It was the only one in Jinan as the National Level Investment Promotion Division. It covers an area 131 square kilometers. It is a pilot of a national advanced machinery and featured industrial zone, a national heavy truck industrial zone, as well as advanced chemical development. The revenue is stood at increased 35%, increased by 24.8% YOY, and the revenue and the tax contribution increased by 18%. It is our name card of advanced development in our industrial park. We have a collection of Pepsi and top Fortune 500 companies in Jinan, also the production site of heavy truck group, as well as the Elite heavy truck, and also the biggest resin production company in Asia, as well as the turbo production, as well as the first listed company of our city, and also the industrial park, as well as the Shehua Beer. This galaxy of renowned companies featured around advanced industries like advanced materials and medical science is developing very fast and under incubation. Our economic development zone is at a critical and preferential geographical location, and it also the connection point and hub connecting to the surrounding areas. And it is located to the jurisdiction closer to the city of our capital city of our province, and has very convenient traffic systems, enjoys fast speed road trains and access to airport as well as metro stations. The economic development zone has 14 universities and colleges. We have 200,000 university students providing a rich pool for talents. Also, we are developing new university campus in the economic development zone according to the central government as well as the provincial government's requirement. Will continue to upgrade educational reform and to play the market role to activate the energy for educational resources. And also we will build a innovation pilot application zone to promote the technological and development here and featured industrial parks. We have introduced the Baidu and co-labs here. And next step will continue to inquire preferential policies from the central government to build smart factories and floors. And we'll continue to build our ecosystem and promote it as an important strategic role of the Huang River. And we'll continue to protect the local area and environment as important integral part of the Huang River, Yellow River Zone. We'll continue to protect the land and also protect the surrounding water areas. And we have very big space to preserve the environmental resources and also to utilize the natural resources to build the water traffic. We will continue to avail the opportunities from the preferential policies, for instance, to connect with the national level technological and development zone, and to continue to attract talents from the surrounding areas. And currently, we are working with the Shandong Free Trade Zone to sign the MOU to share the resources and open to the outside world. And we'll also continue to enhance the infrastructure and facility, water, electricity, power, every kind of resources that can be connected here. And we have 40% of greenery coverage here. And also we have advanced industrial manufacturing park and to build a new material development zone, as well as the big data zone and the biomedical zone, standardized factory so that the owners of the enterprises can enjoy great facilities here. And also we'll continue to enhance our capabilities for admin work, which means we will cut the red tapes to facilitate the businesses to have a footprint here, and will continue to help the enterprises to reduce the procedures to get the business approval. And all the departments will cooperate to provide one-stop solution for the startups and enterprises. And we'll continue to build a nice environment here and to build the green corridors and to preserve the landscapes here and to build the biggest artificial waterfalls in Shandong province and the biggest water curtain for movie watching in Shandong province. In the future, we'll continue to create synergy between industrial development and environmental protection and build the landmarks here. Choose Lingshui and for win-win results. Welcome you to have your footprint to establish your presence in our Lingshui economic and technological development, and will provide the most preferential policies. Thank you for your attention. In our development zone, we have a heavy truck group and also the Baidu, the giants of IoT. So I would like to ask the participants, can we have any opportunities for cooperation in terms of AI and IoT? Thanks.
Hello. I believe that we can in China support a lot of innovation. For example, you raised the Sino company, they are manufacturing buses, and we can provide a lot of possibilities to upgrade the buses by giving to the passenger personal connectivity and the control of the bus itself by using the power line of the bus. So actually you don't have to add any wires in the bus, but you can provide to connectivity to each passenger in the car, in the bus, and still don't touch the production of the bus, no need for extra wires, so we can simplify it very much. Regarding Baidu, it's more software company related, and we are not in this business, so we cannot support there, at least that's what I see.
We are really looking forward to have opportunity to communicate more often in the future. Thank you.
I really believe that we can do a lot of business together. I hope that after China will open its borders, we will be able to come to visit you in your province.
See you in Shandong.
Mr. Paul Berkovic, you can answer this question, please.
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Do you think there are opportunities for the both sides to cooperate? Any business opportunities?
I think there's enormous opportunity to cooperate. The environment has been explained as a very diverse and expansive environment with many different critical assets and infrastructure. There is a lot of opportunity to apply a layer of intelligence over these assets and infrastructure to ensure that they are utilized in the most efficient way possible, not just now, but also in the future as the infrastructure ages, and you want to ensure that it's got the best maintenance possible. So I think that there is a really, really strong opportunity to leverage data and real-time data in these, not just the industrial environments, but the civil and living environments as well, where we can collect and consolidate the data and apply intelligent algorithms to help identify in advance proactively where issues might be and where the opportunities are to continue to, as I say, maintain and improve the environment and the infrastructure. I definitely think there's some really exciting opportunities to work on together.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I believe that our economic and development zone will have a lot of opportunities to work with your company. I'm really looking forward that your company can visit Shandong and visit our economic zone to conduct an investigation. Thank you.
We look forward to it also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, gentlemen. We wish that both parties can have further communication and exchanges after this online dialogue. And now, let's welcome Mrs. Gu Zhaoping, Senior Director of Management Committee of National Lingyi Economic and Technological Development Area, Director of Investment Promotion Bureau. The floor is yours, Ms. Gu.
Distinguished leaders, entrepreneurs, good afternoon. I'm Gu Zhaoping, Senior Director of Management Committee of National Lingyi Economic and Technology Development Area, Director of Investment Promotion Bureau. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to be here to introduce our bureau to you. Lingyi Economic and Technology Development Zone is in the northeast area of Shandong province, and in 2012, it was upgraded to a national level development area. In 2019, we conducted systematic reform. Under our jurisdiction, we have managed 125 square kilometers, and the pilot logistic area in China, as well as the digital transformation pilot zone and a pro-business environment area. We have convenient geographical location, and we are an extension to the maritime Silk Road, as well as the land road, and also in a close area to 3 ports in Shandong province, as well as the hub for import and export. We have convenient custom and clearance and bonded area. We have a very preferential geographical locations. We have transportation services that connect to the nation worldwide, and we have maritime, airport, and road transportation. Second, we have diversified industrial deployment. We have 4 new innovation areas to promote advanced manufacturing, biomedical, new materials as our 3 drivers. We have a good facilities. We'll continue to construct a leading position of the province, even China, as advanced manufacturer site. And the manufacturing industry has collected Volvo, Phantom Laser, more than 200 companies chosen as top 10 companies in Shandong province. Also, we have advanced medical companies here, 17 companies, as well as Sino medical company. We have become the pilot for biomedical hub. We have emerging industries here like Huawei, Zhongjiao Chengtou, more than 200 companies prospering here in our industrial park. We have more than 520 companies featured in advanced technology. We say incubated 50 nation-renowned and global renowned companies. We also provide and enjoy national and preferential policies, and also enjoyed the preferential policy from the central government to develop our local industries, and also a pilot zone for economic transformation. We enjoy preferential talent resources, as well as the administrative approval procedures. We feature integrity, excellence and market role, internationalization, and legal basis for a pro-business environment. And our economic zone is in another new round of development and promotion. And I think it is a rich land for investment and business development. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our economic and development zone to you and choose us for your business presence, as well as invest and conduct investment in us. We sincerely welcome you to conduct a visit to us for cooperation and to achieve win-win results. Last but not least, I wish this online roadshow complete success. Wish all of you great health. Everything goes well with your work. Thank you.
Thank you for your introduction, Ms. Gu. And next, please welcome Mr. Guo Changbao, Chairman of Shandong Linbao Electric Company, and Mr. Yao Marianka from Yamar Company. The floor is yours, Mr. Guo.
Hello, I'm Guo Changbao. We are conducting a smart controller, and our company enjoy diversified product lines, and we have high market share in China, especially in Shandong province. Our products takes about #1 in terms of market share in Shandong province.
With the PLC communication, we can have an intelligent control over the street lamps. Usually, we are using mostly our line. The street lamps are using the domestic products. So I want to communicate with you, since the Yamar company is a professional company in this regard. Just now, with the introduction, with your presentation, I have found that you are having your own unique advantage over the control of the street lamps. Now here I have 2 questions I want to pose to you. The first one is your product from Yamar company. How is the performance of the anti-noise over other brands? And second one, if we have the connection after this meeting, could you please send us some samples of your product so that we can have a better understanding and have a test over your product?
Hello, I looked at your products and they are very interesting. And actually, I see a lot of possibilities to cooperate with your DKZL product line. And so instead of using communication, using only the power line. Our devices are very strong against noise. So we have special algorithms inside the semiconductor that protect the data against noise. we can provide you samples and even think how to integrate it within your product. And please send me your address so I can ship you samples. But furthermore, I suggest that we will open a communication channels by emails so we can work together to allow you very quick deployment of the devices in your product.
Another question. So in China, do you have an office in China so that we can communicate more conveniently?
Okay, we have a distributor in China. It's Sunet Electronics. They are in Shenzhen. And it's another way for communication. But if you want direct, you can contact us. Very simple. My email is very simple. yair@yamar.com. So very, very simple how to reach me. And the Shenzhen office, you can find it in our website. There is the address of our people in Shenzhen.
Okay, thank you. Through the email, we can have more communication. Thank you very much. That's all for my questions. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We wish that both parties can have further communication and exchanges after this online dialogue. And next, let's welcome Mr. Tan Lei, Deputy Director of Management Committee of Zichun Economic Development Zone. So, Mr. Tan, the floor is yours, please.
Respectable Yamar, Mr. Jin Xiaofeng and Mr. Li Xiaofeng and ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Tan Lei, the Deputy Director of the Zichun Economic Development Zone. Now I'm going to make a brief introduction to our zone. Our economic development zone is located in the middle of Shandong in the Zibo city, with 45 square kilometers with about 580,000 people. We are also we're established under the approval of the government, the provincial approval. So it is very close to the Jinan International Airport and also very close to the Qingdao harbor. Currently, our economic development zone has been developing fast. In the past ranking, we have been ranking 5th of all the development zones in Shandong. Now, we have more than 1,000 companies settled in and 2 universities, and more than 140 companies are big with 8 companies from all the other countries. And we have received a lot of awards in text, and also we have 2 listing companies in textile. And also we have 28 companies with the full and direct jurisdiction over our management. Our development zone has a long history of cultural development, and it has been the birthplace of many famous people. And all of those people are the promoters of open-mindedness and development, and they are the role models of our development and spirit. Our development zone is a role model of the urban lives, construction, and industries. So We have a very high density and powerful development of industries. And also we have the sector of modern logistics and manufacturing. In the southern areas, we are having a new city, mostly for international businesses and the urban activities. So here we have the high-level residential areas, education, international businesses, and life areas. Our development zone has the following advantages. The first one, communication and transportation. We have complete infrastructure support with the roads to Linfang, Jinan, Zhangjian, and Wojian cities. We have the 5 national level roads and several other provincial levels roads, which provides very convenient transportation connected to all of the cities around Shandong. And secondly, we have good infrastructures. We have the we have a complete supply of power stations, and we can also have a different kind of the gas supply and also the enough water supply. We have a good capacity to provide the infrastructure needed by all industries. Thirdly, we have the industrial parks. We are going to build 16 parks. 7 are already in operation, and now more than 500,000 square meters of the industrial parks are under construction, and we are welcoming all the companies to come and settle in. For the industrial mix, the first one is the dominant one is the automaking, and for other ones, the new energy and biomedicine and equipment manufacturing combined with modern logistics and industrial internet. Our dominant industry is automaking. We are trying to build a 100 billion level industry for automaking. And all those industries will include the whole industrial chain of the automobile chain. And another biomedicine cluster, biomedicine industry cluster is also going to be built, especially with the leading companies and also the leading companies of pharmaceuticals and the medical equipments. We are also going to focus on the manufacturing of equipment, especially the equipment for industrial purposes. A great new energy production base is going to be built with the Huoju, the torch technology as the leading company, and also the relevant equipment and parts are going to be produced here. New platforms are going to be built. The first one, the platform of modern logistics. The Hai'er Rishun is going to be the main driver of this industry, and many new industries and companies are to be introduced into this area and to become a 100 billion level industrial base for logistics. The e-commerce is also going to be one of our pillars. We enjoy the advantage of talents. We have one postdoctoral station, and also we have a lot of rewards of national level and provincial level. In recent years, we have cultivated 7 major projects of the national level for the cultivation of the talents. And we have attracted more than 52 members, the admissions to our areas, and also the talents from more than 500 universities. The good education resources are going to be the magnetics of the good resources of other areas. So we are building new technologies. For example, the Shandong Hydraulic and Water Use College is now making new progress, and it's expanding and attracting more quality talents. We enjoy good support of policies. All of those key projects will receive a specific discussion for each business, so that we can provide tailor-made service and policies to each companies. And we are going to provide a great financial support to each company settling in. So for the businesses we want, we welcome the new energy, new materials, and also we welcome all entrepreneurs who have dreams and ambitions to come to our area, and to let every business starter gain the result that he wants. And thank you very much. And I hope you can come to Sichuan Economic Development Zone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tan. And next, let's warm welcome Mr. Song Tao, Deputy General Manager of Narico Group, Shandong Pengxiang Automobile Company, and Mr. President Yamar. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm from the Shandong Pengxiang Automobile Limited Company. Let me give a brief introduction of our company. Our company was established in 1968 with the years of 85 years of history. It is the combination of many strong companies. And we have the 480,000 square kilometers with the annual revenue of 2.8 billion yuan. Now we are building the many types of the automobiles, and we are also the good suppliers of many famous brands of automobiles. Now, mostly we have two types of products. The first one is the heavy-duty trunk, and another one is for the new energy products, mostly the EV industrial trunks, and also the international, and also the electronic devices. Now we are trying to become a solution provider of the electronic and electric cars. Now we are also, I want to have some questions for car parties. For your sensors, what kind of sensors are you providing? And can you use your sensors to the stress test of the bottom of the vehicles, and also for many other areas of the automobiles?
Thank you for the question. Since Tal could not stay with us, and I'm very strongly involved as a shareholder in Vocalzoom, let me try and answer some of the questions. Basically, the sensors that we work with in Vocalzoom is a proprietary laser sensors that was developed, patented by Vocalzoom, and it can collect information of various aspects, including rotation, thickness, the shape, speed, presence, vibration, and rotation. Those this information sensor can collect is definitely a part of the answer for stress measurement. So the answer is basically yes. Just to give an example, we are now talking with a very large Chinese group in the vehicle on assessing the stress and vibration of a specific part in the car that is very sensitive, and we, through the monitoring of vibration, will be able to know when it's going to break or where there's going to be a significant problem with that part. So the answer is basically yes. Of course, we need to understand exactly which point what is the main problem there with the stress, and then design the solution for that.
Thank you, Mr. R, and I'm looking forward to more cooperations, and also I'm looking forward to more cooperations from other companies from Israel. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll, of course, later on, with the support of our friends from Foco, can make the exchange between you and Vocalzoom. And let me put back my hat from the chamber. We definitely see a big potential in cooperation with everything that has to do with the automotive industry in China. There are a lot of Israeli companies with technologies that I hope could be relevant to you. And I suggest, with your support, Teresa and the team, Mr. Jean, Teresa and the team, we can later on set a time to talk and see what companies can we introduce to you. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. We wish that both parties can have further communication and exchanges after this online dialogue. And now, let's warm welcome Mr. Li Shulin, Level 2 Consultant from Weifang Bureau of Commerce. Mr. Li, please go ahead.
Distinguished Director Jean and Director Marilyn, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and good afternoon. I'm Li Shulin, Level 2 Consultant of Weifang Bureau of Commerce. It is my great honor to be here to introduce our bureau to you, to share the development of our bureau, and we are very close to the Bohai Gulf. We covered an area of more than 10,000 square kilometers. We are second biggest city in Shandong province. We have 380,000 people, and also we are international tourism area and international peace city in 2020. We have raked in revenue of 7.2 billion RMB. And also we were ranked as 2020 the most provincial city, and also we have ranked as number 3 in the province in terms of tax revenue, and GDP number 5 in the province. And we are also the hub of the nearby cities. We have access to the airport. We have connection to more than 80 cities through our airport, and we have a lot of expressways, and now a lot of large infrastructure programs are under construction. Our position as the transportation hub is enhanced, and also we enjoy different geographical landscapes, and we have very environmental friendly landscape here. We have 47 university and colleagues in total. We attract a lot of talents here. We have a prominent presence in terms of agriculture sector and the manufacturing sector. We have a national pilot for vegetable growth, and also we have national platforms for agricultural development. President Xi Jinping has recognized our city as the model for agricultural development and example in terms of agricultural science and its development. Our manufacturing sector has enjoyed prominence, and we have 12 countries under our city level and showing diversified landscapes in terms of manufacturing, like husbandry, agriculture, machinery, and we sold our products nationwide. Also, we are regarded as a big manufacturer in our province, which contributed 1% of the productivity in China. We featured machinery and new materials. And we have incubated a batch of privately owned companies. We have streamlined 15 industrial chains here, and will continue to provide value-added services to these enterprises. And we have shown the preferential policies for different sectors and to provide preferential policies for the industrial development. We'll continue to provide services to these industrial chains. We have also established 5 city-level clusters for industrial development. We'll continue to provide support for these enterprises and to continue to build examples here. We'll continue to upgrade our industrial chains and to attract the talents by availing on the preferential policies. Looking forward to work with Israeli enterprises and entrepreneurs. We'll continue to optimize our environment to attract businesses, and we'll continue to provide the preferential policies to the companies who are present here and wish you to come and visit us. Last but not least, wish you good health and everything goes well with your work. Thank you.
Thank you for your speech, Mr. Li. And next, please warm welcome Ms. Lorraine Ehrman, General Manager of Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, good morning in Israel and good afternoon in China. 大家好. I'm Liron Ehrman, Chinese name Li Wen, and I'm the General Manager of the Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce. We are very soon will celebrate the 30 years for the diplomatic relationship between Israel and China. And year by year, as this diplomatic relationship is getting stronger, also the commerce, trade, and business relationship is getting stronger. On behalf of the Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce, on behalf of the Israel, China, and Hong Kong Chamber of Commerce, I would like to thank first FOCOC, the Foreign Organization Office Center, that contacted us and initiate this collaboration. And everything that happened today here is because Miss Teresa Young contacted us and started this beautiful cooperation. We really believe that our chamber, the Israel Asia Chamber of Commerce, can be a bridge between Israel innovation and Chinese new partners. I want to thank the 4 Israeli companies that arrived today to talk in front of this amazing Chinese audience. Yamar, Vocalzoom, Raven, and Cortigo. We are proud that you are presenting Israel today. As Mr. Li Huabin from FOCOC said before, that the FOCOC motto is work together to make business easier. This is our goal too. This is our chamber goal, and we are here for you, for everything you need. Chinese entities that looking for partners in Israel, and Israel companies who look in the way and the bridge to China. Our chamber is here to work for you and support you. So please contact us for everything you need. And thank you so much, our Shandong new partners and friends. This very professional event we have today should be just the beginning for the cooperation between our chamber and Shandong province. Thank you so much. 谢谢大家.
Thank you for your speech, Ms. Ehrman. We wish that after this cloud show, Shandong and Israel can reach more cooperation in the new generation of information technology, high-end equipment, intelligent manufacturing area. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we've reached the end of today's session of Cloud Roadshow. If you have any further inquiries or questions, please feel free to contact us. You are welcome to follow us on our WeChat account, select Shandong, or call Shandong International Investment Promotion Agency at 0531 8901 3578 or 0531 8901 3555 or 186 788 18218 or contact Shandong Internet Media Group at 0531 8519 3668 or 186 788 28218. Contact Director Foreign Organizations China Office Center at 0531 860 3086 or 152 531 59017. Once again, thank you all for joining us today. We will soon kick off more sessions for international economic and trade cooperation. Please select Shandong for the shared future. See you next time. Goodbye.
See ya. See you, Mr. Yin.
See you.
Yamar. See ya, Leon. Thank you, Ms. Host.